So they're comfortable with the bobs. They've got the hang of that. But they're doing that all with their feet. So standing up, coming down, standing up, coming down. We want them to get used to being able to do that without depending on their feet, because their feet aren't going to be useful in the deep water. So we're going to do a game, a drill called chair bobs. And so what we do is we pretend we're sitting back in a chair, and we put our hands out to the side, and we pull our hands up, which are going to push us down. We let ourselves go down. We exhale. We stand back up by pulling ourselves up, and then we come back down with our hands up, again weighting ourselves down, and we're just coming back up and down, but we're doing it with no feet. So it looks like this. See if I can make more sense for you. Same thing we were doing before, same breath with feet. We just balance here, and this translates beautifully, beautifully, beautifully to the deep water. So you want to watch and make sure that they're only pushing up when they need to. You find them doing lots of small little pushes, or a lot of just unnecessary, hesitant, jerky stuff. Just get them to relax, to pull up when they need to rest with the water, to relax, to be in it, to feel it, to push themselves up, to get just the breath they need. And this is a wonderful time to do some really good conversations. So one of my favorite conversations is, so in the stories about, not the stories, when you watch, when you see people drowned, what do they do? What do they do? What do people do when they drown? Well, one, they're almost always straight up and down. That's the way you see them. They're in the water like this, straight up and down, right? And then what are they doing with their hands? Like this. Well, here's what happens when you're straight up and down in the water. We'll just get a good float first, and we'll put our hands up. I go down. Wow, I go down. Does that help me if I'm drowning, throwing my hands out of the water? No. Remember, water's pushing us up. The more surface area we give it, the lighter we are, the better we float. Our chances of staying alive are colossally better if we don't put weight to push us back down. So it's a great way to talk about weight. The other thing is you talk about the drop in momentum. And so if I'm standing here and I just drop, I'm going to go down. If I'm standing here and I'm gentle as I move, I don't go down. I don't go nearly as far down. I've got a lot more chance to recuperate. So as we do the bobs, we do comfort coming down, enough movement to get you up to breathe, but not enough that it shoots you out of the water to cause you to sink back down. The goal is for that to be gentle movement up, grab your breath, blowing out as you go down, gentle movement up, grab your breath, go back down. We could spend 5 minutes on this, we could spend 30 minutes on this, and you can take it directly to the deep end if you've got people who are comfortable. If not, just get them used to this. We move them slowly down the road. So we've taken the bobs that we did in shallow water, and now we're going to come down into deep water. So we're going to do exactly the same thing, except you're not going to touch the ground ever. So Denise is going to hold her breath. She's going to go out here and just start sinking. She'll raise her hands above her head if she needs to. She'll go down. When she's ready, she's going to push her hands up, and she's going to come up, get her breath, and she's just going to do it calmly, smoothly. There's no reason for twitchy motions, no half motions, no small pulls. You want this all big, comfortable, smooth pulls across the board. So, Miss Denise, kick it off for us.
Okay.
Good. So Denise and I worked just a little bit before she came up to talk about how to do this. So the way you coach this, okay, the way you make sure they're comfortable is start them moving slowly, and you'll see sometimes they're twitchy right off the bat. Move them back to shallow until they get comfortable with that. If you need them to be comfortable floating in the deep water, then do a natural float in deep water. Just get them to see where they sink, where they don't. If you haven't played in deep water at all, it will get them moving that way. The other thing is you'll find people do those little half paddles. Just get them used to the big paddles. And the biggest thing you can do is show them, demonstrate to them with very little movement, just comfortable, how to be comfortable in there, how to be certain that you can get up to get your air, and then be able to come back down and come back up and know every time you're going to be able to get there. That's the confidence piece that you're going for. So you don't necessarily move from the shallow water bobs straight to the deep water bobs, but you see the transition, and we wanted to show it to you.